You've been there, scratching your head, trying to figure out what the hell she meant when she said, "I just need space," but is posting bikini pictures 3 hours later. You're not crazy. She's just playing the game, and high-value men, they don't play defense. They outsmart the game with silence, presence, and purpose. Now let's get into the mindset. 1. He sees the game but doesn't react to it. Here's the first truth. A high-value man isn't confused when a woman pulls back. He's calculated, controlled, composed. Why? Because he sees the pattern. He knows when she's trying to get a reaction, when she delays texts just to create anxiety, when she flirts with other guys to test his emotional leash, when she posts cryptic captions just to pull attention. But here's where he separates from the average man. He doesn't bite. He doesn't send a wall of text. He doesn't double text. He doesn't ask, "Did I do something wrong?" Because he's not fighting for her attention. He's filtering for authenticity. A woman's games only work on a man who doesn't know his own value. But a high-value man, he's got emotional discipline. He knows that reacting impulsively gives away power, and power is what games are designed to test. So when she plays cold, he stays warm with himself. When she pulls back, he leans into his purpose. When she tries to get under his skin, he smiles because he knows she's trying. The game only works when you participate, but when you watch it like a chessboard, you become unbeatable. 2. He rewards honesty, not manipulation. Most guys reward women for being hot. High-value men reward women for being real. Let's be honest. We live in a world where attention is currency and manipulation is often how it's earned. So when a woman tests a man, acts distant, throws tantrums, drops vague "what are we?" bombs, she's often checking one thing: can I control this man's emotions? If the answer is yes, she loses respect. If the answer is no, and instead she gets met with calm, direct honesty, that's when she wakes up. The high-value man doesn't play along. He doesn't match manipulation with games of his own. He makes her earn his vulnerability by showing hers first. She says, "I'm just not sure where I'm at right now." He says, "That's okay. Figure it out. I won't wait." She says, "I don't want a relationship, but I still want to talk." He says, "I don't do gray areas. I don't share energy with confusion." And when she stops playing and starts speaking clearly, that's when he shows her the real version of himself. He rewards what's real and ignores what's not. In doing that, he teaches her, "If you want to be around me, bring peace or leave." 3. He never abandons his frame for attraction. There's one thing high-value men never sacrifice, even for the most beautiful woman in the world: their frame. Your frame is your internal compass, your principles, your structure, your vibe, the way you carry yourself and your decisions when the world is chaotic. Women don't love men because they agree with everything. They love men because they stand on something. The moment you start bending your rules to get her to like you, you lose her respect. It doesn't matter how much chemistry you have. If she senses she can knock you off your center, she will. Not because she's cruel, but because she's wired to test your strength. The high-value man never abandons his mission, his boundaries, or his emotional control, not even if she's the most intoxicating woman he's ever met. She cancels plans last minute? Cool. He makes new ones. She gives silent treatment. He gives silence back, not to punish, but because he doesn't chase chaos. She says, "You're too hard to read." He smiles. "That's because I'm not trying to impress you." And that right there, that's the move. When you hold your frame, you become the unmovable mountain she either respects or walks around. But either way, you didn't shrink for her. You stayed rooted in your truth. And that, my friend, is the game changer. 4. He knows detachment is the greatest test of power. Here's something most men don't learn until it's too late. The more you try to hold on to her, the faster she'll slip through your fingers. You can't chase your way into a woman's heart, especially when she's testing your backbone. That's where detachment comes in. Now, I don't mean coldness. I'm not saying you should stop caring or become some robotic stone wall. Detachment doesn't mean you don't feel. It means you don't cling. High-value men understand this deeply. They don't get obsessed with what she's thinking. They don't stay up rereading messages. They don't break their own routines just to get 5 extra minutes with her. Why? Because they already know the truth. What's meant for you flows effortlessly toward you. What doesn't will test you with drama, confusion, and inconsistency. And when those things show up, he lets them go. He walks away from a woman who uses jealousy to provoke him. He ignores games designed to spark insecurity. He protects his mental peace like it's gold, because it is. She posts thirst traps for attention. Cool, he doesn't engage. Because if she's giving the world access, she no longer qualifies for his exclusivity. The man who detaches is the man who chooses his dignity over his desire. He knows, if she respects him, she'll come correct. If she doesn't, she'll fall back into the sea of boys who live to impress her. And he'll still be standing tall, watching the waves roll in. Unshaken. 5. He lets her choose, but he makes the decision. This is subtle, but deadly effective. See, most men give away the entire power dynamic by trying to convince women to choose them. But a high-value man, he lets her choose, but he makes the decision. He gives her space to be feminine, to express, to flirt, to pursue, all of it. But deep down, he knows. He's the one choosing if she's worth his energy long-term, not the other way around. She can be stunning. She can be magnetic. She can even like him a lot. But if she brings stress, instability, or manipulative tactics, he'll choose himself every time. He doesn't make decisions based on his hunger. He makes decisions based on his standards. She can say all the right things, but if her actions don't align, he quietly backs out. No drama, no begging, no explanations. Just a silent exit that says, I don't need this, I want peace. And that silence, it screams louder than any argument ever could. Because here's what she'll learn. You can't play games with a man who's not afraid to walk away. You can't manipulate a man who values his focus more than her affection. You can't test a man who's already passed the only test that matters, loyalty to himself. Women don't want a man they can control. They want a man they can respect. And respect is born from calm control, from presence, from quiet strength, from not chasing, but attracting. Every moment you stay in your masculine frame, every second you prioritize peace over panic, every time you stay grounded instead of reactive, you become the kind of man who isn't just desired. You become unforgettable. So if this video sparked something in you, if you're done with overthinking, chasing, and being manipulated, then prove it. Drop the word unshakable in the comments right now. Let me know you're building that quiet storm of a man. And if this message hit home, tap subscribe, because you're not alone in this. This is the Stoic Guide, and we're building men who don't beg for love. They command it with silence, strength, and stoic fire. Until next time, stand tall, speak less, watch everything,